As the story goes, in a barn in Chicago, on October 8th, 1871, the O'Learys was milking a cow named Daisy, as she kicked over land, and supposedly this is what started the Great Chicago Fire. Because all the buildings were made of wood, when the fire spread and got bigger, word got out to Field Leader and Company. The company officials, Levi Leader, which was Marshall Field's partner, and Henry Willing, a company official, decided to move all the expensive merchandise to Levi Leader's mansion. Horace B. Parker, a young salesman at the time, rushed to the basement to get the steam-powered elevators to start working so that they could move the merchandise and use the elevators. Other employees ran to the roof to water down the whole entire building until they were able to get the merchandise out of the building. They were actually able to get most of the merchandise up and only lost $3.5 million in the fire, according to questions answered by Marshall Fields. After successfully moving all of the merchandise into the Leaderman Mansion, they then again moved all the merchandise into the old Chicago City Railroad. Marshall Fields had begun to notice that most of his customers were females. So, with all the devastation left behind from the Great Chicago Fire, 10,000 people were homeless and many others were unemployed. His female customers began to get robbed. So after 6 months, he found a new location, which is now known as West Wacker Drive. Although the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 was devastating to many of their companies and citizens, it was also a wake-up call to the city of Chicago. After the fire, they began to institute structure building and fire codes. Although a lot of Chicago was burned, most of the infrastructure was intact, as well as the transportation system. The infrastructure remaining intact was beneficial to Marshall Fields because they were able to locate an unburned building. Also, they remained at the location on Madison and Market Street for approximately 2 years. In October of 1873, they leased their remodeled original location on State and Washington Street from the Singer Sewing Machine Company. The Singer Sewing Machine Company had purchased this location from Potter Palmer, who was. In conclusion, I feel that Marshall Fields was able to be successful because of his employees' tenacious and diligence and resourcefulness and dedicated to his company. Also because he and his partners had the financial resources to keep his company afloat